Welcome back, friends. We're gonna be doing some salvaging today. I'm gonna show you guys how to salvage. Currently, we're in pyro. It's just easier to get contracts. The salvage contracts are a little bit better, but we're gonna be salvaging in the uh, Vulture. I don't know why I forgot the name. Gonna be salvaging in the Vulture. Part of the supplier dies doing the salvage contract or the salvage request, so we're going to be doing that. And in order to do that, we're going to be getting some braid scrapers. And unfortunately, the only place to get those are at the Stanton Gateway, which is pretty far. But we're going to be getting those. I like them. They have a bigger radius on them, and you're not losing out so much efficiency for what you're getting. You got cinch scrapers, which come standard on the Vulture, and then you have the abrade scrapers. You have the abrade scrapers, and then you have the trawlers, which give you the biggest radius. However, it has a 0.5 efficiency or something like that. So you're not picking up as much salvage as you should be. So we're gonna do that. And I'll show some stats on screen on the different scraper heads and where to get them. Like I said, we're in pyro, so it's going to be a little bit harder to... There's only one spot to find the abrade scrapers. And normally you would have to buy two. However, the Vulture... normally you would have to buy two if you were doing the trawlers, but the Vulture has an abrade scraper on it already, so I don't have to buy it. Alright, and we just made it to the Stanton Gateway. I just went up to the Galleria, and we're going to go to the Platinum Bay shop, which is the ship component shop. And we're going to use a kiosk. Let's see. We're going to search for the abrade scraper module.
Yeah.
And we're going to buy that. And then, just like in the last video, we're just going to press F1. We're going to go to Vehicles, make sure that your ship is stored at this location. We're going to take the Drake Vulture, and like I said, the Vulture already has an abrade scraper, just not in the right spot. So we're going to go over to Utility, and we got the tractor module and then the cinch scrapers. So I could just replace the one in the tractor beam, and then because the abrade scraper's right here, and then I can just switch to them. So that's what I'm gonna do. I don't really need the tractor beam. I can't move most ships, and to be honest, the Vulture's small enough to where if you're working with panels, you can just fly around them. So I don't really use the tractor beam, but it's up to personal preference. If you like the tractor beam and being able to move the panels around, then by all means keep the tractor beam and replace the other one. So now we're just going to head to one of the cluster locations. I'm still kind of new to pyro, and we're going to search for some panels. Alright. We're just coming up on cluster LHB 976. It's just the closest one that I picked. You could pick any of the clusters in pyro, and you should be able to find panels. After we get done panel mining, or panel salvaging, I'm actually going to switch over to contracts and show you guys how to do the contract salvaging, which I have not done in pyro just yet. I just know that they do pay you for them. And it sounds like you get multiple shifts. So we're going to be pinging and we're going to be scanning, which again, pinging is tab on your keyboard. And to open up your scanner, which is telling me these numbers at the top, if they want to show up, I think it's because there's a ship right there. That one is V on your keyboard. There we go. So what we're looking for is a multiple of 2,000. So this is 12,000. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, all the way up. Those are going to be the panels that we're looking for. Anything else is going to be your minables. Those are going to be the asteroids that you can mine. And obviously, the bigger the number, the more panels or more rocks that are going to be in there, the bigger the rocks, stuff like that. But we're salvaging today, so we're going to be looking for these panels. And typically when I salvage, I tend to go for specific panels and leave the rest. And it is just because I go for the ones that give you the most. That way I can spend more time finding more of those big panels. And it used to be that only 2 of the panels, 2 or 3 of those would fill me up, but we're gonna see how much we get today. So right here, here's a big panel. All right. And we're gonna turn on our light so we can see what we're salvaging. And then for this, we're gonna open up our salvager, which should be the same as mining, should just be M. And then once you get your salvager out, so you can see on the right and the left, we have the Sense module, but now we have the Abrade Scraper modules on there as well. So I'm going to press Alt and right or left click. Maybe not. What is it? Oh, my bad. On this, it's just left or right click. So now we're switched over to the Abrades. I'm going to get myself lined up here. We're going to press G and salvage these. So moving a little bit faster than the Sense, and for reference, that's what it looks like with the Abrades. The Sense is a little bit smaller, a little bit slower, but we pick up 0.1 unless they changed it more of salvage. So I'm going to switch back to the Abrades, and we're going to have a good time. Now, another thing, if you look, and you're wondering what that green bar is, that's your efficiency thing. That's your efficiency bar. So the closer you are, the higher that's going to get. The farther away, the lower it's going to get, and you're going to lose out on efficiency. And a good thing to note is that both of these show for both scrapers. And the CSUs, so CSUs, like we talked about in the last video, you're getting around whatever this number is, CSU, so 1/100th of an SU. And then we got our filler station just off to the right, and we can see how fast we're spinning now. So I like to go into gimbal mode, especially with working with flat pieces. That way I can just kind of color in the book, color in the page, you know. And to be honest, just throw on some music in the background and get it done.
Oh no, every day is just a brand new start. Just follow your heart. So many dreams are waiting for you. Sing, hey, it's okay. Tomorrow's gonna be a new day. It's okay. So live your life and live your way.
Alright, We're back at Checkmate Station. We're going to go through and do some contract salvage now. And let's see, let's head into a contract manager. Go into the salvage tab. And you'll see that we got these ones, which unfortunately I cannot do. These ones pay you 8K. But the last event I chose a different faction, so now these guys are hostile towards me. So instead we're going to go towards this. We're going to pick up this 50k one. And see what we're working with. Seems like it's right here. There are contract salvage missions in Stanton as well, so you don't have to come to Pyro. Okay, where's the... So you don't have to come to Pyro. As well as there are also panels in Stanton as well. I typically go to Yella, which is one of the moons in Crusader system. And I tend to have good luck just doing the same method, find your multiples of 2,000, so on and so forth. So let's get ready to salvage this one. Let's not bump it. Go from there. Alright. So now that our filler station is full again, I'm going to show you guys how to make some more space. So we can hold 13 SCU in the filler station and then another 12 on the cargo grid. But that's only with the cargo snapped. Like that. It snapped down. So now, if I can get this out, we're going to do the loose cargo, which will significantly increase how much we can have to work with. So, in theory, we should be able to get 34 in total. So, we're just going to run through and get the loose cargo gun. Alright, and just like that, we got quite a few more boxes in there. I'm sure we can move more, but that's all I'm going to do. It already freed up a lot of space. We went from having 13 SCU, we added probably about another 6 or 7 in the hold. And now we are back down to 2 SCU left in the salvage hold. So we're gonna finish salvaging this up and do a final count, and I'll show you guys how to get construction materials. We might not be able to actually scoop them up, but I'll show you that process and give you guys the tools to, or give you guys the knowledge to be able to do it. Alright, so now that we got most of what we want as far as salvage goes, we completed the contract. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to fracture it and then scoop up all the construction materials. Now, we don't have the space to scoop all of them up, but I'll show you the process. So on our keyboard, we're going to press left Alt and W, and then that's going to show us that's going to put us into the fracturing. So then all we're going to do, get close enough to where it's selected green, or it's highlighted green, and we're going to left mouse click. Alright, now that the chunks have been broken apart, we're going to press our right mouse button, and we're going to go to scoop this up. We'll see if I can. Alright, and then now it's scooped up. We're full. We're literally like super full. I can't think of anything that can get us that way. Now you can run this as team, have a couple vultures and have a buddy with cargo ship. and you just move all your cargo over to his ship. That way you don't have to stop so many times. You can just keep salvaging. Other than that, I know it looks like you can't get out of the ship, but there is a side door that you can step out of. And then when you're in your hangar, you just go around to the back end and get all those boxes moved out. But that's going to be it for today. If you liked the video, please leave a like and do subscribe.